Grogu's first bath. The realization. Inside the cramped interior of their current ship, an old Razor Crest replacement that's seen better days. Mando is crouched over a flickering panel, making a repair. Grogu waddles up beside him, proudly holding a spoon like a trophy. Mando turns and immediately jerks his helmet back. Mando, what in the is that smell coming from you? Grogu blinks up at him innocently. A small flying bug buzzes past, and immediately drops dead midair. Mando sniffs again, this time cautiously, then lets out a slow, resigned sigh. Mando grim. You're still carrying the stench from that incident. A flashback hits. The infamous toilet explosion. Grogu had, in what Mando still hopes was a misguided prank, dropped a homemade firecracker grenade into the ship's toilet. It detonated at the exact moment Mando was using it. Cigarette in mouth, the blast, the smell, the ash, the chemical mist, and worst of all, the toilet water. There's still a brownish stain on the side of Mando's helmet that never quite came off. Mando muttering, "We had one rule, no explosives in enclosed spaces, especially when someone's on the toilet." He rises with purpose. Mando firmly, "It's bath time." Grogu's eyes go wide, his ears twitch. Then he vanishes. The escape in the makeshift washroom, a large metal tub, actually half a cargo barrel, is filled with warm, bubbly water. Mando's prepared everything, a tiny towel, a scrub brush, even a yellow rubber duck that somehow made it aboard. Everything's ready, except Grogu. Mando calling out, "I know you can hear me, let's just get this over with." Silence. He rounds a corner and spots a Grogu-shaped lump under a blanket. Mando pulls it off, only to reveal a rolled-up towel with two metal knobs stuck on top for ears. Mando, dryly classic decoy. Something shifts above. Mando looks up just in time to see Grogu hanging from a ceiling pipe like a tiny green bat, trying to remain perfectly still. The Jedi versus the bath. Mando reaches for him, and that's when it all unravels. Grogu begins lobbing objects with the Force. A sponge smacks Mando in the helmet. A towel coils around his arm like a boa constrictor. The rubber duck lifts into the air and dive bombs his head, squeaking menacingly. Mando dodging. This is not a sparring session. Grogu bounces off a crate and hovers just over the bath, taunting him but never touches the water. The splash battle. Enough is enough. Mando lunges, grabs the slippery child midair, and in the ensuing struggle, both go flying into the tub. Splash. Water erupts. Soap explodes into the air. The rubber duck spins out like a torpedo. Mando surfaces, fully armored, visor dripping. Grogu floats up a second later, blinking with surprise, then bursts into laughter. He uses the Force to levitate bubbles into the air, shaping them into silly floating forms. A mini Mando, a frog, and a toilet that explodes. Mando, exhausted. I've fought rankers with better manners. Peace and bubbles. Minutes later, calm returns. The two of them sit quietly in the tub. Mando leans back, fully armored, still wearing his helmet, which is now comically covered in thick soap bubbles, little peaks sticking up off the top and sides. One bubble slowly slides down across the T-shaped visor slit. Grogu, sitting across from him, wears a crown of bubbles and kicks gently in the water, grinning ear to ear. "Man, next time you're bathing yourself." Grogu lifts a handful of bubbles into the air and forms a floating sculpture, a perfect little helmeted Mando, bubble covered just like the real thing, right down to the uneven lump of foam on top. Mando glances at it, then looks straight ahead again. Mando low, deadpan. "This is not the way." Grogu squeaks. The rubber duck. Fade out. End.